Now is the time to be buying. The market's about to turn around, particularly in the banking sector. Don't take it just from me to buy when everybody else is selling, and everybody else is selling the banks right now. Take it from Warren Buffett. Take it from Baron Rothschild. Take it from J. Paul Getty. These are all astute investors who have learned over time that you don't move with the herd, you move against the herd. And the herd has got it wrong. The banks, yeah, some of them, the regional banks are in trouble, but the big banks are going to stay here. We're not going to a cryptocurrency in the next 6 months. The banks are going to come back, and you can see it in what just happened to the oil companies in the past year and a half. So let me show you exactly why I think right now is the time to be buying big banks.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
I mentioned the oil stocks because I think they give a good illustration of what's currently happening with the bank stocks. There was a lot of fear. As we came into the pandemic, we recognized we were going to be quarantined, and the bank stocks, the oil stocks weren't going to make any money. So I want to show you a chart of Exxon Mobil that takes us through actually 17 through today. And you can see that the path of fear started back here in October of 2018. And then when the pandemic occurred, we had a crash. It just came down dramatically. But then once we realized that the pandemic was going to subside and we're going to be able to get outside and participate in the world and drive our vehicles, even though we knew we were going to replace the combustion engine with an electric engine, you can see what happened to the Exxon Mobil. Went from $36.60 to $120, and now has had something of a pullback with the general market, and is now at $109 a share. So how does that relate to the banks? It's the path of fear. Let me show you a similar chart on Bank of America. Okay, this is my chart on Bank of America, and as you can see, like Exxon, it was affected by the coronavirus. Would have been a wonderful investment to get into as a result of the coronavirus, and held up until January of 2022. What happened here? This is when Jerome Powell said we are going to start a series of interest rate hikes, and the movement said, well, if they raise interest rates, that's going to make it more difficult on the banks, because they've already, for all this period of time, been investing their money at zero interest rates, and now they're going to get upside down on the yield curve. And so the banks came down. Showed a little bit of strength, and then we had the bank failures, the two bank failures, and you can see they went tumbling down. Now recognize the two banks or three banks that have failed are regional banks. This is not Bank of America. This is or Citibank or Wells Fargo. This is the regional banks. We're going to have I would assume a change in regulation and supervision of the banking system, but we're not going to cryptocurrency, and the banks are going to rebound. So I look at this and say, I need to be in Bank of America. So I bought Bank of America. Why did I choose Bank of America? Because it's Warren Buffett's second largest holding. He also is in Citibank. But I have my feelings towards Citibank. He is out of Wells Fargo, so I don't want to be in Wells Fargo. So I have bought into the banking system. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Why am I all of a sudden so high on the big banks? Because I believe the market has overreacted, as a result of the failure of Silicon Valley and Signature banks. And I want to take advantage of this overreaction, much as we had the same overreaction on the oil companies. So I looked into Warren Buffett's holdings. As I said, it's the second largest holding in his portfolio. He currently owns about 15% of the ownership of Bank of America. And the next two biggest holders of Bank of America stock are the Vanguard Group and BlackRock. So between the three of them, they are 25% owners of Bank of America. Do I think Bank of America has any chance of failing? No. Do I believe that some of this regional banks will result in consolidation, either by buying them out or just taking them over? Yes. And we will have fewer banks, and we will have a stronger banking system as a result of what's happening. So I want to invest in it. I'm an opportunist. Is banking something that I want to hold for the rest of my life? Probably not. I think the banking system has a lot of fallacies, and it's going to be improved. But right now, this is the best bet in the race for the next 6, 8 months, a year. And so I'm going to put my bet on where Warren's put his bet, and I'm going to add to it as I see opportunities. And that's what I suggest you do. Research this, understand, just as Baron Rothschild said, when there's blood in the streets, there's time to invest. And as Warren says, when the greedy are buying, you sell, and when they're selling, you buy. It's evident that the banking stocks are presenting us an investment opportunity. That's what I want to do. I want to do on this channel is give you the benefit of my education, my CFP, CHSC, my CLU, my years of experience in the investment world, and my passion for knowledge about this whole thing. I read something that Warren Buffett reads something in the neighborhood of 6 hours a day about the investments that he's making. Warren, what are you doing with the other 4 hours? I do about 10 hours a day. I spend on this pursuit of knowledge in the investment field. And it goes beyond just stocks and bonds. I am now getting involved in my wife's coin collection. I found a $50,000 coin collection in my closet 2 months ago, and now I'm organizing it. It's something she inherited from her mother and father. I'm investing in whiskey because I recognize that our world has recognized there are other alternative assets that actually appreciate in value faster than stocks and aren't near as complicated. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I hope to do. I'm building a website that is going to be the hub of our knowledge. I'm bringing more people in. This channel's not just about Kerry. It's about Drew. It's about Mark. It's about Trent. It's about Kevin. And it's going to be about more people who have extreme knowledge in a specific area and can help us access artificial intelligence and all the data that's been collected over the past 40 years to help make you a better investor. So that's my take for today. Look at it for yourself. And then if you want to be a part of our tribe, go to the description, find the link to the Discord, and we have a multitude of opportunities for you to share your knowledge with us while we're sharing our knowledge with you. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, I'm quite sure.